Hello, my name is Pablo Ortiz.
And my name is Marc,
And we're coming to you with the latest sports news and novel news. This is B&N's Simple as Sports.
And well, that's it for soccer.
Now moving on to baseball news. The Boston Red Sox clinched the World Series, defeating the St. Louis Cardinals. And now on to novel studies. My name's Man Shanahan, and this is my partner,
Bob Rocanico. We're going to be studying the book To Kill a Mockingbird. Now we're going to make it interesting because you've all read the book. No point of talking about it. We'll just name the top 10 events that happen in To Kill a Mockingbird.
written by Harper Lee.
Let's begin.
Actually, 1 second, Pablo. At the end, we're going to show you 3 skits of our... Actually, you get to vote. Vote for your top 3 skits of the book. Vote for your top 3 highlights of the book, and we'll act them out in skits.
Don't forget to call 899-444-222. Scout and Jem find items in the Radley tree. Alright, so there is a hole in the Radley's front tree. And as Jem and Scout walk home, they start finding items, starting with gum, ending with dolls. Dolls that are a perfect image of them. Now, they start getting creeped out, but at the same time, curious. Could this have been Boo Radley or Arthur Radley? We never know. But it's pretty obvious it was Boo Radley. He's trying to communicate with them. And this was the first encounter they had, well, interaction they had with Boo Radley himself.
Alright. Miss Money's house burns down. This is important, mostly because Boo Radley gets really close with, has a close encounter with Scout. This is the first time that they're actually in the same vicinity, and it shows Scout's imagination and how she could have just turned around and saw him, because he snuck up behind her while she was being amazed by the fire and put a blanket on her shoulders.
Kind-hearted.
Kind-hearted.
Boo Radley.
Malevolent Phantom? I don't think so.
Nice guy? I think so. Mockingbird? Possibly. Debatable. Against Tom Robinson. Moving on. Atticus shoots the dog, which changes Jem and Scout's perspective on him, but mainly Jem's. Why? Because Jem realizes that Atticus is not the old guy, too old to do sports, too old to do things, not really good at anything, just wise words. But he also was the best shooter in Macomb County.
They finally find out that he was in the army previously, and that everyone respects him as one of the best shooters. Actually, the best shooter in Macomb County.
This was the final touch Atticus needed, which made Jem start idolizing, wanting to be like Atticus.
Calpurnia, brings the kids to church. They then encounter Lulu, which says that white chillin' shouldn't be there. And other than that, when they get past that, they find that all the black people, every single one of them, actually wants them to be there and actually respects them. And sort of show their love toward them just because of Atticus defending Tom. Because no other white person in that time would have defended Tom with such a enthusiasm.
And wanting to win.
Wanting to win.
Changing the roles a bit. Black guy wouldn't happen. Black person defending white person. That black person goes to a white church. I don't think the same respect would have been shown. But supposedly black people are animals, always cheat, liars. They're portrayed really well in this book. And they are good humans, just like us.
They are portrayed.
Jem destroys Mr. Bo's flowers. In this part, Jem grabs a baton, destroys all her flowers. Later on, has to read to her every night for 2 months. finally understands why she acts the way she does, with a little help from Atticus,
That
and has
explains
a
to the
different
kids.
perspective on her.
Atticus explains to the kids that it's true courage to take something out to the end even though you know you're going to die. She got off that morphine, which is extremely hard to do because morphine's a painkiller and it's really addictive. But she did it for herself. She did it so she could die clean. And that's why that's the highlight of the book. It shows Jem another aspect of living life. It sort of makes him grow as a person.
The trial. Many things happen in the trial. Some of them bringing from Reverend Sykes, continuing from what he had previously done at church, giving them a spot in the trial, upstairs in the balcony where all the Negroes were. Other things that happened, we found out who the true Mockingbird was, Tom Robinson. Even though Atticus completely showed that he was innocent.
He still got convicted just because he's black. I mean, there's common sense in that. In this day and age, that would never happen. But it just shows that back then how stereotypical everyone was, and that how everyone was really racist. Even the word racist didn't exist back then. That's how racist everyone was.
And how supposedly, when it comes to law, everything has to be equal. Black and whites were supposed to be equal. Still wasn't equal.
Don't think so.
Don't think so.
Tom Robinson
gets shot
17 times trying to escape jail because he loses faith in humanity. He loses faith in the court system. He knows he should have won, but just because he's black, he gets sent to jail and sent to death.
17 shots is hatred. Point that out too.
Atticus states that they pretty much could have won the appeal because they had such a good case, in that Mayella and Bob Ewell didn't have any evidence. Well, the prosecuting lawyer didn't have any medical evidence condemning him. He would have gotten out of the death penalty at least, and maybe would have only served a few years in jail. But he lost faith in Macomb County, I guess, and took his life into his own hands. He obviously knew he was gonna die. He obviously knew he was gonna get shot. But he lost hope.
Mr. Ewell tries to kill the kids. Really big part in this book. Mr. Ewell, as the kids are leaving a presentation, attempts to kill Scout and Jem. But thankfully, for Scout's costume, he can't penetrate it and kill her. Later on, leading him to break Jem's arm, which is the way the book started. The book starts with, "Oh, how did you break your arm? It was like this. Oh no, it was like this." And then the whole story is told from there. But a really big thing that did happen in this part of the book is Boo Radley comes out.
Saves them.
And
stabs
Bob
Ewell
Ewell
in his chest with a kitchen knife. Mr. Tate tries to play this off as Mr. Ewell falling on his knife, but in reality,
They both know. They both know.
everyone knows Boo did it.
Boo did.
But coming back to the main theme of the book, it would be like killing a mockingbird. Like, there's no point of actually convicting, even trying Boo in the courts, because he did the town a big favor by putting Mr. Ewell in the ground.
Let the dead bury the dead. Boo Radley's finally seen in the Finch's home. Well, for the first time seen by everyone else. Scout perfectly describes him to us, and the reader gets an idea of what he looks like. Pale, cheeks, tall. But something else happened out of this. As she walked him home, she finally understood, right before she left, she finally understood why Boo was the way he was, why he didn't come out.
Quoting the text, Atticus is right. One time, in Scout's voice, Atticus is right. One time, he said, you never really know a man until you stand in his shoes and walk around in them. Just standing on the Radley porch was enough. At the beginning of the book, Scout didn't even understand the saying. When Atticus told her to walk around in someone's shoes, she didn't understand it. So he had to put it into another words and say, walk around their skin. And she actually imagined physically walking around in their skin. Because she was so immature and unaware, sort of ignorant of society. But by the end of the book, she matures so much in the matter of a few years.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, she matures in amazing amounts. So yeah. Okay.
This all leaves us one question: who is the true Mockingbird? Tom
You
Robinson
decide.
or Arthur Radley? It's all up to you to decide. Now, one more thing we'd like to add on. There was no order in this top 10. It was very difficult to come up with which was the best because it's such a good book, so many important events. No order. These are just 10 events. The 10 main events that
You
popped out.
decide. You decide
their
the
order.
top 3. You call our hotline 1-888-32.
You
what?
call our hotline,
You call our hotline.
and we'll act them out for you.
This
You.
is your local news station, P&M's.
You have a great day.